Hi.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Great, great. How you
Wrapping up another
doing?
week?
I know. Oh my gosh. Time just flies these days, or stands still. Who knows?
I know. Tell me about it. It's
Like a little both.
we're getting through it. We're gonna get through this, right?
Yes, yes, we are. So today we wanted to bring to you all the importance of breath work, and with that, meditation, but really I would say breath work is what I really wanted to focus on. And I know Samar was, also like she also shares breath work with her clients or patients. Yeah, I say clients, you say patients.
I use both.
Do you? Okay. Anyhow, so we'd love to share some of the benefits and some of the practices that we both share with our peeps with you all. So yeah.
So we know that the breath is one of the most important factors in bringing the whole meridian system into balance, right? I don't even have to teach that because it's everywhere. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think sometimes we forget that breathing, is such an unconscious act because, you don't even think about it and you're breathing, right? So bringing that from the very unconscious to the conscious can be extremely helpful to calm the body down, right? So what I normally, like my regular daily practice is when I get ready in the morning, when I'm fixing my hair and putting my makeup on and that 15, 20 minutes that I'm standing in front of the mirror, I do breath work. And I just, make sure I take some really good deep breaths, hold it. It's the best time when you're putting your mascara on. Like when I'm doing my mascara is when I'm like holding it, right? And what I've learned is that if you incorporate this into your daily life, it's so much easier. Like I don't have the time, or I used to not have the time to just sit and, breathe, right? So the practice that I teach, and I tell my clients this all the time, is incorporate 2 to 5 deep breaths on the hour and half an hour, on the hour. And it takes 2 minutes. It doesn't really take that long. But what you do is you're really like rearranging the system of the body that's learned to do really short, choppy breaths, which is like terrible for us, right? To take some really nice deep breaths. And some people will say, well, I have a smartwatch that tells me to breathe. I'm like, we don't pay attention to it. Like you have to bring it into the conscious and make a decision and make a choice and say, I am going to take some good deep breaths. I'm going to get into this practice. And very quickly we notice that our whole being changes, right? Within a few days of doing this, right? So I suggest, put an alarm on your phone that reminds you, right? And the Calm app that we've talked about maybe last week, I don't remember, we talked about different apps on one of our talks. The Calm app has a really good breathing app because it has like this whole circle and it shows, and it has sound as well. Like take a deep breath, hold it, release.
Yes.
Deep breath,
those
hold
are
it.
the best. Yeah.
Those are the best because it teaches us, and then once you use a system like that, you realize how you really didn't know how to breathe properly. So
yeah, I love all that you shared, and it's pretty much, for me, it's similar. I definitely do the breath work. For me, I do it a lot in the morning, and I incorporate it into meditation when I do it in the morning and throughout the day whenever I feel any kind of whether it's like a stress or any sense of anxiety, because the thing is when we breathe, it also reduces our stress levels. It actually has been proven to reduce the cortisol levels within our body. It calms the body, it calms the mind, and it brings a sense of peace within, hence raises your vibration. Breath work is one of the ways to raise your vibration, and that's one of the biggest reasons I love it, because I'm all about vibration, right? And again, exactly what you said is taking those deep breaths in and feeling it fill up your belly, allowing your belly to expand. And I know as women, sometimes we don't want to do that, and it's so great for you. So just letting that air fill up all in your belly, holding it, and then releasing it. I usually, recommend releasing from the mouth just to, it's more of just like a practice. You can release through your nose as well. But either way, whatever works best for you. But I would say, count to at least 4 when you're taking that breath in. At least 4, hold for at least 4, release for at least 4. And eventually you can actually extend that, extend it to 5. As some people do 10. I think I've gone to like 7 and I'm good with that, and so I think each person, it varies. It's just a matter of doing it regularly. Like you said, I love that you said, do it on the hour, every half hour. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
So it's
10:30, 11:30. And then after a while, your body, because, our body has memory. So then after a while, you do this practice for about a month and a half, and really kind of hold yourself accountable to do. After a while, you notice that you don't even need that because your body automatically starts to do it because it has memory. And that's the beauty of the intelligence of our body, right? So
and
we don't have to
too. Our cells, the 70 trillion cells, it all holds the memory of everything.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of the best ways to calm it down. And, and for people who have kids, teach your kids this stuff when they're young, and then it just becomes their natural way of being.
Totally. So, yeah. One of the things I realized is when I was taking the deep breaths in, I would actually suck in when I would take the deep breath in. And I was like, whoa, that's not, and I learned that it's actually you're supposed to actually allow it to expand your belly. And then when you're releasing it is when you, suck it and allow it to deflate, which, common sense says that, yet nobody actually teaches us how to do the breath work. So that's why we both thought this was a very powerful one to actually come on and share.
And again, there are if you are interested in learning to do breath work and all of that, there's so many great teachers on YouTube. There are so many great apps that you can use that you can learn how to do this work. I personally use the Calm app, for my breath work, and I'm a Vipassana meditator. So I don't really, sometimes I find myself not having those long hours to sit. So having had learned even through Vipassana that you can incorporate this into your everyday, life throughout the day, take a moment for yourself, breathe, and how powerful this can be for calming, the self down. Anuschka, it's really interesting because I see patients sometimes, back to back to back. Sometimes I just after a patient leaves and there's another patient waiting outside, but I just recognize that if I sit for 3 minutes and take some deep breaths, it's almost as if, I come alive again for 1 more hour, right?
Totally. So it's it clears energy, because that's one of the reasons I know for when you open your mouth and breathe out from your mouth, and actually you can say it, you're I'm taking in, when you're breathing in, saying I'm taking in all the positive energy, and then holding that positive energy, and then releasing all the negative energy. Right. So I think it's a very powerful practice, and being, having that intention of I'm releasing whatever is negative. I'm, transmuting the negativity to positivity. I think it's a very powerful way to do it. But yeah. Oh, and it prolongs your life, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
very
excited for yeah.
And tomorrow we go live at 3 Eastern time.
12
Pacific.
Pacific, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Hey, good to see you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.